Hey there, everyone. This is Cass with SCNS Live. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to check out the video version of this, you can check it out on YouTube. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, all at SCNS Live. Thank you so much and enjoy the show.
Hello everybody! How are you doing on this fine Thursday evening?
Hello there!
That feels really formal. I haven't done this in a while.
It was incredibly formal. I liked it though. It had a certain energy, a certain je ne sais quoi. Joie de vivre.
Ooh,
That's all the French. That's all the French. That's all the French that I know. I'm so sorry. That's all the French that I know. What do you want from me?
Wait, no, we know one more thing. We learned it in our childhood. Omelette du fromage.
I have no idea what this. Something about fire.
Cheese omelet.
Okay.
Dexter's Laboratory?
Sorry. Yes, but no.
Laboratory.
Laboratory.
I hate to.
That I do know.
Anyways, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of SCNS Live. I am Cora. I will be your hostess for the evening. But I am not here alone. I am here with the beautiful Cass.
Hi there. I am the co-hostess for this evening. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. And a cat that I can definitely hear meowing in the background. Anyways.
And over there, working the board, turning the knobs, making things work this time. It's not me. It is the amazing Jason the X.
I've never been called amazing.
Never in your life?
No, I actually have been called amazing.
I was like,
you should be called amazing.
I actually have been called amazing. I really, I have to own that one. Anyway, yes, I'm over here working the boards and doing all that stuff. So it's just the three of us. We can make it if we try. No.
I don't know any more of the song.
I know all of it.
See, instead of that, my brain just goes, come and knock on our door.
Did it come?
We've been waiting for you.
We need a Mr. Furley.
That's the cat.
The cat's Mr. Furley?
Yeah.
Rizzo, you Mr. Furley. Hey, give me that Q-tip. She gone.
I was pretty worked up about a Q-tip as well.
It was trash. Also, it's not
Our
like I used it
Q-tip.
to clean my ears. I used it to clean a miniature.
Oh, okay.
So,
Is that better or worse? Because, like, paint isn't great for eating.
well, I use not a miniature, but like
I heard that one time.
Like
Paint is not good for eating.
No, it was just water. It was just water.
Oh, okay.
I like to clean up something before I.
Oh,
before I
okay.
it.
Okay, gotcha.
Anyway, didn't we have some fun this weekend?
We did. This past weekend, we were over at ReaperCon out in Denton, Texas, and it was awesome.
It was awesome. They were so nice. Like, and that's every time we go to Reaper,
nice.
I'm like, they're so nice. We got a bunch of minis, we got some paints. We all went in a room and stared at these beautifully painted minis by pros, by people do it for hobby. It was beautiful.
And there is a video up on our YouTube channel with some footage of that room if you would like to go take a look, but after the show.
I'd like to go ahead and point out that video looks fantastic. Mm-hmm. And it was Miss Cora over there that shot that footage.
Hey!
It was a pleasure to edit that video. Also, just to look at all, if I could just go back to it, just
Absolutely.
to look at all that fantastic work.
It's just gorgeous.
It really is. I mean, I know that the point of it made me want to be better.
Yes, absolutely. I went home, genuinely, that night I went home and tried to paint. They gave us a little bust of, like, this pirate lady, and I went home and I, like, tried to paint it, and it came out okay, but, you want to all of a sudden pick up this as a hobby.
I got these
that lady.
Ones.
Yeah.
Because it was a pirate theme for ReaperCon this year.
It was very cool.
I got to see some of the painting classes, and just like, of course, it's like they gave us. What's great about these? They gave us the VIP package, and like Cora and I, as soon as we got in the door, money was spent.
Same.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, look, there's a gift certificate.
Yeah.
For the store.
And so we bought more.
Yeah.
I spent it all on brushes and a holder for my brushes.
I got straight up brushes and paints and clear coat and everything. So now I have my paint box is now full.
Nice.
Reaper. Like I really, and this is gonna sound like I'm like bragging on Reaper. Reaper or something, but I had paints that I bought from like another hobby store, and honestly, they are inferior to the Reaper paints. Mm-hmm. They really are. Like, just the quality of the paint. So I've got many more little bottles. And...
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going back. They have great stuff. They have something that I hadn't really run into until now, is they have like skin tones, but then they also have a wash that goes on top of the skin tones that makes it look more lifelike, because it gives it that little inconsistency in different aspects, and it really, really helps kind of get you out of the uncanny valley when it comes to your miniatures.
I'm proud to say barbarian skin is my skin color.
Nice.
Like, that's something that I've always liked with Reaper. Not only do they sculpt and smelt their own minis here in Denton, but they also mix their own paints here in Denton. And they have a really good quality control when it comes to that as well. And if you get paint that is shoddy for some reason, like it's not up to their normal standards, they'll exchange it.
Yeah. They also have whoopsie paints. Yes. I don't think that's what they call them, but they have whoopsie paints that just, it didn't quite come out the way that they wanted this color to be. So they're just like, here, and those are much cheaper.
Yeah, they're like it's in a bin for like $1.
Yeah.
With all of them. The label didn't get put on right. The color didn't come out exactly right. Little things like that. The quality is still as good as it always is.
Absolutely.
So like, hi, this is not sponsored by Reaper.
We're just gushing.
However, Reaper.
It may sound like we are gushing over them a bit, and just because we are, they're really good.
Reaper, if you ever want to sponsor us, we will not hesitate.
And I looked at their D&D stream, and it like made me want to make our cameras better, because nobody wants to tell me how the cameras should go. They just like
that is incorrect.
You should have told me
that is not correct.
Whatever.
Anyway,
ours is going to be better because our D&D game is this weekend.
Yes, it is.
That is right. We will talk about that more towards the end of the show. But right now, we have some other stuff we need to talk about.
Absolutely.
We have video games to talk about. We have some new anime coming out we need to talk about. So let's head on over to the super cool nerd news.
Whoops.
All right. What?
Just
do we have a boo-boo? Oh, I'm never saying that again. Okay, so, buckle in, because this is going to be quite a long spiel. We're going to talk about the PlayStation, what do they call it? The PlayStation
Showcase.
Showcase is the word. Can't come up with words today. The PlayStation Showcase, where they announced a bunch of games. I'm going to go through them really quickly and then highlight a couple. Knights of the Old Republic is getting a remaster, which we're excited about. There's something called Project E, which I had not heard about before. It looks anime. It looks a little bit eldritch. It looks kind of scary at some parts, and it looks really, really good. I'm excited about that one. Gearbox is doing Tiny Tina from Borderlands. Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which is very kind of animated, not supposed to be realistic looking, but kind of this animated, looks very, very fun. Tiny Tina's voice is prominent in the trailer. Looks like it's going to be fun. Square Enix's Forspoken, which is kind of quirky and action heavy. The tone is almost like a Marvel movie in the characters, kind of that pattern interruption that we've gotten to learn from Marvel. Speaking of Marvel, three trailers, because we had a Guardians 1, we had a Spider-Man 2, and Venom is coming. But the one I think me and Jason wanted to talk about was there was a Wolverine trailer. What do you think?
Well, first off, I trust this game because mainly it's in Insomniac's hands.
Absolutely.
They are the studio that brought us Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man. So we got just a short little teaser trailer, which I'm going to run while I talk about it. And it's perfect for capturing what Logan is all about. And that is about kicking your butt. So, hold on. I'm just bringing that up now so that we can play it. Sorry, I totally messed up something back here. I hope y'all don't understand.
My dude.
I just got rid of all
That's
of our
strike
picks.
2.
Yeah. I just got rid of all of our picks. So, anyway, running right now. It is just a teaser trailer for Wolverine. But it's Logan in a bar, and he has laid waste to any and everything in there. I don't know what to expect out of this game, because we never want to judge a game on cinematics.
Absolutely.
You can make a game look pretty. But honestly, the other Wolverine game that they released wasn't bad. It was very violent and gory, and I fully expect this one to be because it is a man with foot-long claws coming out of his hand.
Absolutely.
Like this guy walking up to him with the knife, I feel bad for him.
Oh yeah, he's not going to have a good next 3 minutes.
He's about to pull a Crocodile Dundee on him. Yeah. Like, that's not a knife.
Oh my god.
Here's 3. And
exactly.
I don't know what to expect out of this game, but I know that Insomniac has delivered on the Spider-Man games.
That was my big question, is the Spider-Man... I haven't played the other Wolverine games. So the Spider-Man games are different in story, but in like gameplay and mechanics, they're very, very similar. So what do you think Wolverine is going to have to offer that's very... You can't swing as Wolverine.
Well, one thing that you're always going to have with Wolverine, you can always do like that augmented senses thing where he can sniff stuff. I think they explored some of that in the previous Wolverine game that they released. So you have that you can do, like we've seen with like Arkham Knight and even like some of the Spider-Man games. So we've got that right there. I'm guessing that it's mainly going to be like getting more moves and everything to do with Wolverine.
Okay.
Like as far as the play style, but honestly, any Wolverine game should be a little bit chaotic because it's Logan. He's flailing arms that have 6 12-inch daggers coming out of the knuckles. So,
and he's not usually... This isn't always... He's not usually good at fighting. He's usually...
excellent at fighting. He just chooses not to.
That's my thing, is like... Yes, he can fight and kill a lot of people. He's not trained very well. Like,
no,
he's not... He doesn't have to be. He's not.
But he also has a skeleton lined with adamantium. And he has to carry around that 300 pounds of bulk.
Well, that's my point, is he doesn't have to be good at fighting, because he can just stab people in the face with his giant hand claws.
It's like the original, like, X-Men movie, when he's fighting and that dude comes up and, like, sucker punches him. Who comes out of the worst of that? The dude that sucker punched. He was like, ping, ah! And then he just, like, screams, and Wolverine's like, all right.
Yeah.
Bam! And then also he punches you with adamantium knuckles. I am a big...
I'm just saying, if I had an adamantium skeleton, then I think I could do everything that Wolverine could do. If I had his powers right now, just snapping it happened, I think I could fight as good as him. I don't think it requires skill.
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. Okay. Just because he is a trained fighter, like I said. I mean, he's been whooped by guys like Shang-Chi, which he deservedly should, because Shang-Chi, the movie was excellent. There's a review on SuperNerdShow.com. But anyway, I will be posting something about the Wolverine. I mean, we don't get much. We're not expecting to have this game until 2023. Yeah. Along with Spider-Man 2. Which, the Spider-Man 2 game from Insomniac.
Just said 2022. Oh, no, you're right. They did say 2023.
Yeah. This looks great because we get Miles and we get Peter. It looks like Peter's got the robotic arms. Looks fantastic. I love seeing
so much closer to the Tom Holland version as far as suit goes. Yeah.
And in case anybody was confused, that voice that we heard talking in Russian is Kraven.
Nice.
Yes. But they also tease, voiced by Mr. Tony Todd, Candyman
himself.
He will be playing Venom.
I don't think you can ask for a better voice. He's amazing.
Tony Todd's voice, just like all the
something very
characters.
Interesting. Something really interesting about his voice.
I've played both Spider-Man games, and I love them. I played them to 100% completion, both of them. So I'm on board with a part 2, but there's one thing I want out of this game, and I don't know if I'm going to get. I want co-op. I want co-op, Miles and Peter. Let me play Spider-Man with my friend. And honestly, if you want to put the chef's kiss on this game, throw Spider-Gwen in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need to put her in fully, but it's going to get confusing because she's from another dimension.
Who isn't these days?
I know. But honestly, after SpiderVerse, because I loved it, I would love to see Spider-Man in this game.
And SpiderVerse, it seems like SpiderVerse opened up a whole new way that we view Spider-Man, right? Because now, and I'm not saying they didn't have plans for this, but like now Marvel's doing the multiverse, and I just feel like everyone all of a sudden is like, We don't have to deal with that. We can just boop, and they're here. And I'm so grateful for that, to SpiderVerse for doing that. The people were so specific about these different universes, blah, 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 and now they're just not.
And if they don't want to pull the trigger on it yet, let's end the game with, like, them meeting Doctor Strange, and he needs to talk to him about
Exactly.
a splintering going on.
Exactly. All right, moving on from Marvel games, we have Tom Clancy's Rainbow's X Extraction. Scary. Resident Evil style, very, very military, female lead, seems like. Coming January 22nd. We also have an Alan Wake remastered, which I've never played that game. I actually don't know very much about that game, but it's coming October 5th. The next one I wanted to dive a little bit into is Ghostwire Tokyo, coming out spring of 2022, and a potential Oni bad guy. Always a fan. Always a fan. Love the Oni. Love almost every iteration of Oni that I've ever seen. And so I'm kind of here for it. My only issue is that it's got the first person, but without a gun. And I'm bad at first person with a gun. And so I have no idea if this is going to be something that I can really get into or not.
These are casual games for me.
Yeah.
Honestly. They are.
And I'm not going to get into them too much. I've got Deathloop, which is coming out September 14th.
I'm still on board with this game, but let's go ahead and acknowledge the elephant in the room.
It's a Bethesda game. It's probably not going to be playable in the first week.
They have delayed this game already to make it.
That does not matter.
Shut up! I want this.
I know you do, but it's Bethesda.
The denial runs so deep within you. You could just be Egypt.
Wow.
Get it?
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
You should be. However, I want this game to be good, and it's coming out next week. And honestly, I don't feel like it's gotten enough press, like getting up until like here.
Yeah.
And now. I'm kind of questioning it a little bit, but I'm still going to play it. I still don't have a PS5, which sucks. But yeah, Deathloop, it was on my list to play when we first saw it.
Absolutely. Last year, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely was high on my list. The concept was good. Not like that you can play from both sides.
Yeah.
You know, our man that's in the game and the person who's looking to disrupt his time in the game. So
I think it's a really interesting concept. I'm still a little bit concerned for myself because some video games I tend to play very, very casually. And if I'm supposed to notice tiny little details, I really don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But that's Deathloop, acknowledging it might not be playable when it comes out. We've got an Uncharted remaster. We've also got Gran Turismo 7 and GTA.
I don't play racing games, so I'm
and GTA, which I've never played any of them.
Wait, what? I didn't see the GTA thing. I came in late on it. I haven't gotten a chance to go back on it. But it was just another Grand Theft Auto expansion.
I'm going to be real honest with you right now, Jason. Look at me in the eyes. I skipped past it.
All right, then.
I don't know. It's great.
I will say,
I just don't care.
The Knights of the Old Republic remake.
Yep.
Look, the fans have been screaming for this game for years. We have wanted KOTR, which is why we have Darth Revan on the table right now. We finally got this thing that we have been yelling at the Lucas Games, please give us this again.
For the love of sanity.
There are so many games. I honestly feel pretty good because I've gotten, I'm getting Metroid finally. Mm-hmm. I got Onimusha on. So like these games, like I'm willing to hedge my bets here. Like at this point, I'm willing to join Cora in the chorus for Suikoden. Because it seems like not because I give a damn about Suikoden, but I give a damn about my friend being happy.
Yeah.
See, I will just throw out there.
Do you see how I have just put her on a roller coaster of, friend, I hate you. But
I'm just going to point out with Suikoden, if you play it.
But on this, it would seem to be that a number of gamers are getting the things that they want.
It's true.
Like, I appreciate them doing a remake of KOTR. I'm going to play it. I'm going to get it. But yeah, it's time for them to go ahead and bring that to some platform. Since they're just being so generous on the
Yeah.
remakes these days.
Absolutely.
All depends on Konami. Although Konami keeps saying they have some big news and they're waiting to announce it, and I'm just over here like, well, what is it?
I feel like Konami says that.
Today I just realized how many friends of mine that I have that are KOTR fans that have been...
Oh yeah, my
Okay.
friend Chris texted me like before anything because it came first, like before the end of I think that trailer, and was like, "It's coming!" I was like, "Okay."
I yelled out loud. I was like,
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I saw Revan's mask, I was like, oh!
Yeah.
Finally!
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord!
All right, 2 more games I want to talk about. One, this is the first I saw anything of it. It's called Tachia. It's very cutesy animation. It looks like a very, very wholesome game. What I saw was in a different language, so I'm not sure how it's what's going on, but it looks cute. And for those of us that like playing kind of cutesier games, well, not those of us. That's not actually usually me. But anyways, for people that like playing cutesier games, although I am playing Breath of the Wild right now,
Yay!
that's gonna be good. One more game that I want to talk about. So we got a trailer for the new God of War.
I mean,
Atreus.
we have been wanting Ragnarok. I mean, we knew it was
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
Ragnarok, and
Absolutely.
I actually wrote a story about this on supercoolnerdshow.com with a couple of, they actually released some character portraits of and voice actors that will be playing them in the game. So, a lot of returning cast.
Absolutely.
I see Thor was inspired by Thor from Endgame, but
But also, they said has a much more brutal kind of Thor. Marvel's Thor is a wonderful character. This is much more like Norse Thor.
Yeah.
after the original God of War,
Yeah,
brutal is just something I expect to happen.
absolutely. But he's very much more Norse. He has
Well,
red hair.
I
He's
mean,
left-handed.
I don't want to spoil anything, but I mean, the end of God of War,
Yeah,
when you go back home, we knew this was coming.
yeah.
And it's here. Ragnarok
Exactly.
is here. Atreus has grown up to be an annoying teenager.
Ugh, I didn't think he could
You
get
know
more
what?
annoyed.
It kind of comes with being a teenager. Trust me, I got one in the other room.
That's
anyway, but
But he also, he makes a very interesting point. At one point in the trailer, he kind of shouts to Kratos, stop thinking like a father and start thinking like a general. And Kratos yells no, which is very different from Kratos early, the 2018 God of War, who basically did not think of like a father at all. We also got a teeny glimpse of Tyr, very tall boy, big tall boy, and a black girl that I did not recognize. She looks to be about Atreus' age. I have
do
no idea
have
who that is.
A character slide for her. That is, well, it's Angr, so Angerboda.
Angerboda?
She's going to be played by Leia de Leon Hayes. I don't know what the character is yet, but they did. But if they're releasing a character slide over like this, she's an integral part of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where she comes from, or what's her deal. But I mean, don't tell me yet. I'll play it and I'll find out. Honestly.
Also, Odin's going to be in the game, obviously.
No announcement for that voice actor.
That's not true, actually. It was not in the trailer. It was they had conversations after the whole broadcast. It's going to be voiced by Richard fucking Schiff. If you don't know who that is, go watch The West Wing. For those of you who think of Odin as Anthony Hopkins' voice reverberating off of the halls, or Sir Ian McShane in this whirlwind screaming, "I am Odin," that's not who this is. Richard Schiff is a kind of unassuming, balding man in his 60s. It's a very different Odin.
Cast up now.
Yeah.
Richard Schiff, yeah.
Richard Schiff.
I
He
like
is
that
a very, very different Odin.
I do like that Sonny Suljic is coming back to voice Atreus, though.
I'm excited.
Which it seems kind of like the natural. It's like Finn from Adventure Time. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We saw him grow up, and the character grew up as well. Ben Pendergast is voicing Tyr. That's right. I think you said that. Sorry, you did say Ben Pendergast. Sorry.
No, I'm still talking about Richard Schiff.
I mean, it's Richard Schiff.
Do you know who that is?
I mean,
Toby from The West Wing.
he was also
He was
Zod.
in Man of Steel.
Yeah, he was on, right?
No.
He wasn't son?
He's the doctor. Like, this is not who you would pick as Odin most of the time, is my point.
Oh,
kind of unassuming, kind of short, very... is known for playing very, very smart, somewhat...
I was thinking old school Zod for some reason.
No. Kind of prickly characters. So I'm interested to see how this translates to Odin, who is very, very powerful, but is known for doing kind of clever and awful things.
Oh, he was Eddie Carr in Lost World Jurassic Park. Sorry, that's what I remember from. He was also in 7.
Jason, learning information with you.
Wait, who is he in 7?
Mark.
Which one was Mark?
I remember his name, Mark.
Not really anyone important.
Okay.
Yeah. Mostly
certain things I remember people from. Anyway,
mostly he's known for The West Wing.
He was in Neil Hamilton in Man of Steel.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
back to the game though. A lot of returning voice casts from it. The gameplay looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And we actually did see some gameplay from it. Looks like we're getting some extra moves with the shield. I love how the blades are like right next to his back, because everything on God of War is played third person.
Yeah.
So. Atreus, look, as much as we don't like Atreus, like he kind of annoys the crap out. He is one of the most helpful NPC characters.
That's true. He might be the most helpful NPC I've ever played with.
Like I remember like hitting somebody with an axe the first time. He like jumps off your shoulders and like hits
Absolutely.
2 arrows into a guy. I was like, okay,
all right.
He has earned his keep. And it looks like we see a lot of that in the game as well. I can't say enough about God of War Ragnarok. Sadly, it has been delayed due to the creeping darkness, which still infects our lives. 2022. No month announced, just 2022. Now I just need to acquire a PlayStation 5.
Don't we all? And with that's it. That's all of the things that happened about PlayStation today. I am done. I'm gonna sit here and think about Richard Schiff. Please continue.
Well, Jason, what do you got for us?
I do have one that I would like to go ahead and just get. I am a big follower of Super Sentai. Not so much Power Rangers, but honestly, this last season of Power Rangers Dying Fury has been one of the best Power Ranger series ever released, as far as like the music, the story, good stuff. But they have now broken ground, and Tisa Rao, who plays Izzy on the series, she broke ground as the first ever female to play the Green Ranger in a series. But now, she is also the first LGBTQ character to play in a mainline Power Rangers series. I have a statement that was issued from her, and it is fantastic. I'm going to read this off. Absolute mood. Finally being able to talk about this. As some of you may now know, Izzy Garcia is indeed the first open LGBTQ plus main ranger in Power Rangers TV history. Inclusivity and representation is something I'm so passionate about, and I couldn't be more proud to work with a team that feels the same way. Thank you for all of the love. It means the world, and I can't wait for all of you to see the rest of her journey. So yes, Izzy is not only the first Green Ranger, which is still important.
Yes.
But the first man. Now she's not the first one. They did in the Power Rangers movie. Trini was. That was mentioned like in a sentence. Yeah. That was it. This will be a mainline thing continuing on in the story.
Now,
so
did they mention what her orientation or what
episode hasn't aired yet?
Oh, okay,
there's some leaked footage that came out, and I think Power Rangers wanted to like announce this before it became part of the series. I'm very proud of this young lady to be playing this character. Now I don't know if she personally is gay. Yeah. I don't know, but I don't care. I'm glad to see this finally break the mainstream of Power Rangers. And you know, there's some haters out there, and you know, just keep your mouths closed if I'm around, because I might put a fist. I'm just saying. I mean, we must protect this child.
Haters' tears are what fill my mug. So
yeah, all the people that are like don't feel great about this, I don't care.
There are some people in the LGBTQ community who say that you need to be gay to play a gay character, which I understand, but also I'm not trying to out anybody so
Yeah, I
that
don't
they
even know
can
about her
play
personal life.
Yeah.
a queer character.
I don't even know about her personal life.
Yeah.
What she chooses to share. She seems very enthusiastic about bringing this to Power Rangers.
When it comes to trans characters, I will agree. No.
Totally.
Let trans actors play trans characters. When it comes to a character's orientation, I'm not going to harp on it if the actor in question is an ally to the community. If there's someone that doesn't support the community, don't let them play a character from that community.
And it looks like it's going to be done very organically.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
likes a girl. There you go. That's
Done
all we
and
need.
done.
That's all I need. Thank you. And I'm finally glad we've broken this barrier.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, this is a kid's show. Yes, but gay people exist. Get over it.
If you can have a heterosexual couple in a kid's show, you can have a gay couple
Yeah.
in a kid's show. Just saying.
As a fan of Super Sentai and Power Rangers, I am glad that they have taken this step. I knew that they will be pushing boundaries with the new creative team on this Power Rangers when they took it over, when Hasbro took it over. So I'm happy to see them living up to what they said they would do as well.
Yeah.
So congratulations, and welcome to the family.
Absolutely.
I'm always a big fan of any all Rangers are part of the family, and Tisa Rao, she's also a Kiwi, so we got to get her over for Power Rangers. So
Gotcha.
I need her autograph on something now. Anyway, Cora.
All right, so I have some more video games. I think it was announced also during the PlayStation thing, but I'm not 100% on that. I couldn't watch it. Anyways, we have a new game coming out from Square Enix, from the creative team behind Nier and Nier Automata. So, and that is called Voice of Cards, The Isle of Dragon Roars. That's a really long title. Why?
It's complicated.
Square Enix has described this game as a tabletop RPG video game built with cards. We don't really have much else on it as far as story goes, as far as characters goes, but we do have a team. Like I said, it is the team that did Nier Automata, so for our director we have Yoko Taro, so you already know that the story is going to make you very upset and confused. Our producer is going to be Yosuke Saito, who was also the producer for Nier. Keiichi Okabe will be the composer, same from Nier. And for our character designer, breaking up the mold just a little, but still a property Yoko Taro had his hands on. With Drakengard, we have character designer Kimihiko Fujisaka. So, beautiful star-studded cast. If you played Nier or anything attributed to it, you know the kind of storytelling that Yoko Taro likes to do. You know kind of what to expect with the music and in the art. So basically, you already know that it's going to please you in some way. If you don't like the story, the arts and music are going to inspire you. And if you don't like the music, you're wrong. That's just straight up.
Wow.
This is going to be a digital-only game. However, it was teased that there may possibly be a collector's edition that is physical. So,
Oh. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I haven't either. So that'll be really interesting to see. We also don't have any dates for this. It was just announced today. So we will see. I'm interested to see where this is going. I mean, the premise has me very interested.
Yeah.
I mean, D&D, obviously, you've got me. So.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's that thing with the dice. You just, roll or something.
Heard of it. It didn't sound interesting to me.
No, not at all.
Didn't go to an entire con just so I could buy dice for it. Okay.
Surprisingly, I didn't walk away with any dice.
I did.
Oh, of course you did.
My warlock was getting mad at me. She kept rolling like crap, and I'm pretty sure it was on purpose.
I bought campaign books.
She got plans.
Maybe. Anyways. But yeah, what do you think, Jason?
I need to know more about this game, because card games, not my thing. Like that new trailer for its new Marvel game, Midnight Suns, and I was like, this looks fantastic. It's card-based game.
Yeah.
Bye.
You have to do quite a bit of convincing for me.
I don't know. I want to see more, though. I would like to see more.
I will say, if it plays like Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, that'll be very interesting because it's RPG set, and then the battles are turn-based with playing cards. which was very interesting and did not work in a 3D format. Do not play Rechain of Memories. It's a waste of money. This was a pixel game on the Game Boy Advance, and it was like a side scroller, and it worked perfectly for that. But if they do something like that,
Yeah.
I'm on board, because you still get the story elements, and then you just have battles with cards. So it just adds a little bit more strategy to your gameplay, which means I was bad.
Yeah. I don't do well with digital things that are... I don't know. I hated Gwent. That's mostly... I hated Gwent. I mostly am familiar with card games within the context of larger games.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of Final Fantasies have some version of a card game, and I just was never into it. They weren't fun.
There's one in 14 that's apparently also in 9
Sure.
that everyone has been telling me to
Is
play.
it the one with the arrows?
Yeah, like Triple Triad, I think is what it is.
Something like that.
Something
Anyways.
I don't play it.
I would need more convincing to try this game out.
Yeah. Well, we will probably be getting some more news as the time goes on. As we get more, we will try to keep you guys updated on it. I'm at least going to be keeping an eye out for it because, I mean, I at least want to hear the music in it. I'm here for the music. You got anything else for us?
No, I'm tapped. I spent 20 minutes talking. I'm done.
Well, then I'm going to bring up something that will make you happy because we just got a trailer for Picard Season 2. Now, we've been seeing all this Q is coming back, the Borg is coming back, but now we have the full trailer. It is out. I have not written up a story for the site yet. I'm sorry. But time travel is involved.
Interesting.
Yes. This is a scary premise. I'm going to give it to you before I tell you what the trailer is, though, because, well, I mean, I'm going to tell you, since you haven't seen the trailer, clearly.
Yes.
So, I'm going to spoil something for you right now. Q said the trial is never over. What if, this is a what if. What if Picard went bad?
Ooh.
What if the wonderful Jean-Luc Picard that we all know and love went bad?
He's been close a couple of times.
I think you need to watch the trailer to see the scope of how bad I mean. Like universe conquering bad.
I mean, more power to
I love hearing Patrick Stewart say bullshit just because he does in the trailer. But there will be some time travel. We'll be seeing Agnes Durante, Rafi Masquer, Cristobal Rios, and of course Jerry Ryan, who I still love, coming back and reprising their roles. We already announced that Annie Wershing will be the Borg Queen, and we see how she's going to play into it in the trailer. Remember, she did time travel in First Contact.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the premise. So I can see them building up to the things are bad. We need to go back and fix things.
Which has always worked out well for the Flash.
And they're going back to our time. So now
that's not unprecedented in Star Trek.
Goes, okay, here's where you cheap out because if it's grounded in our reality, like 2021.
Well, yeah.
We ain't got to do a lot of special effects and everything, which I don't think Paramount would skimp on, not for Picard. But we did get an announcement. February 2022 will be the debut of the second season of Picard. But I'm not done because they also now announced it will be renewed for season 3.
Awesome.
Nice.
Happy Star Trek Day to everybody.
Seriously.
And we did get...
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that was yesterday. We did get some information also on Strange New Worlds. With Anson Mount as Captain Pike, Rebecca Romijn Stamos as... Well, is she still Stamos? Is she just Rebecca Romijn?
I think she's just Rebecca Romijn.
I still love Rebecca Romijn as number 1. And that is her name. And that's it. And the first crew of the original Enterprise. I'm excited for the show. They just did some basic analysis. It looks like Anson Mount's hair has got a little bit more gray. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I like him as Captain Pike. But yes, just more Star Trek. And we also got a trailer for Star Trek Prodigy, which is going to be their animated series aimed at kids. I'm always for kids getting into the nerdy things that we like. And Star Trek Prodigy is a perfect thing for that. And they showed something for Lower Decks.
Yeah, because Lower Decks isn't a kids show.
No, absolutely
Like
not.
it's animated. It's not a kids show.
And there is a great Meet the Cast video, which I will be showing when I write that story up. That's great. And we saw some new characters. Jess Bush will be playing the Nurse Christine Chapel, who is actually canon, you know. So Cecilia Rose is going to be a new cadet appearing on the show. And Uhura will apparently have a role in this show as well. So she'll be getting introduced. I am all for this. I love this crew of...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a casual Star Trek fan. I really got into things like a Star Trek Next Generation.
Same.
Never saw the original series really that much. I mean, briefly.
Seen some of it, seen the movies.
But Next Generation was my jam.
Yeah.
And then everything afterwards. And then the new movies redone. Perfect. I still like those. I don't care what you say. I like those movies.
They ruined Khan. I didn't think Benedict Cumberbatch could fail at anything until I saw that movie.
Anyway, I'm still on board. Hey, Geeky. With this character. And, I mean, with this show. Give me all the Star Trek. Because honestly, I think that's the only reason I have Paramount Plus.
I feel like I had one other thing. Oh, it was Twilight Zone.
Oh, okay. So there's two things that I'm watching. And I ain't got no Twilight Zone right now. Where's my Twilight Zone Paramount? So yeah, happy Star Trek Day, and they did not let us down with a bunch of teasers and showing off some new shows. Of course, I'm most excited about Picard, though.
Obviously.
So look for that posting on supercoolnerdshow.com. Got to throw that in there like that. Cora, kicking it back to you.
All right, so I'm going to go into the anime world a little bit.
Aren't you always in the anime world?
Look, I don't need your sass. Anyways, so there is a series of historical fantasy novels called Kijin Gen Gen by Motoo Nakanishi. One, I just want to point out, I've been trying to find these novels since I found this story in English. I cannot find them, and if you know where I can find them in English, I need you to tell me, because I want to read these books. But that's off topic a little. Anyways, these are, again, a series of historical fantasy novels. They have a manga adaptation coming out, created by Yu Satomi. But at the end of the little trailer they released, they also announced that there would be an anime adaptation coming as well, which just has me very excited. The artwork for the manga looks very interesting, so I wanted to take a look at the anime as well now. And I also want to just take a look at the original story, because I love anything, like, for manga and anime, I love things that are set, like, in a more feudal era or are, like, fantasy-based, because I like seeing their culture come through in their works. I do have a summary for the novel series right here. It starts in the Edo period, centering on Jinta, who is a bodyguard to a priestess in a remote mountain village. He's entrusted to find a demon in the forest and, of course, vanquish it. When he meets up with the demon, though, it tells him of a puzzling and mysterious future. And then the novels span over the course of 170 years, as Jinta goes from the Edo era to the Heisei era, back and forth through time and space, trying to figure out why he carries the sword he does. I gotta read it.
Interesting.
I need it. Where is it? In English.
It takes a while sometimes, doesn't it?
It does. The first book was I thought this was an older novel series based on, like, the scope of it.
Yeah.
But it actually had started its publishing in 2019.
Okay.
So
there should be...
That's long enough to get the first novel translated.
There should be a translation at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is still ongoing, with the 7th volume being published more recently. It's speculated that the 8th volume will be published in October of this year as well.
Okay. And then wait exactly 4 days, and then you should have a translation.
I better. But no, in all seriousness, this sounds like a really interesting premise. It's not one that you hear very often. A lot of the times nowadays, at least, when things are taking place in, like, the past or in a fantasy setting, it's an isekai, which means that it's someone from our modern era falls
Right.
into that genre, falls into that era, and then has to just adapt and get back home. And I'm not opposed to that genre, but man, y'all really got heavy with that after Sword Art Online. It got real heavy after that. Like, before then, we would have maybe, like, 1 or 2, if that, a
And
season.
it was just everywhere for a while.
Now we have, like, 40 a season,
Yeah.
and only 2 of them are good.
Yeah.
But with this one, it's set in that time period, or in a different time period, and it pretty much stays there, and your main character kind of travels between them.
Right.
And even if that does count as isekai, it's at least a different premise of it, and it's a different take on it.
Slightly different.
Yeah, I can do things like that if we're gonna play with different premises and stuff. But if we're just gonna sit here and do the same wishy-washy thing over and over, I'm just going to not watch it.
I need something different.
I need
anything. Just
anything.
change the detail.
Exactly. Take a note from Kyokera Mao, where the isekai was not a bus that hit someone or a truck that hit someone, it was getting a swirly.
You lost me.
No, that should
I was on board, gone.
No, that's the best part.
Ugh.
It's never addressed again, by the way.
Amazing.
Never talked about. Anyways, that is Kijin Gen Gen. If you know where I can read this, even if it's online, I don't care. I'll do it. I'll get a Kindle. I'll read it.
That reminds me, I did have something else.
Go for it.
Yeah, Batman Wayne Family Adventures. DC is teaming up with Webtoon. The first 3 issues are actually already out. I have not read them yet, but it's what it sounds like. It's the Bat Family. So if you like Panda Red on TikTok, if you like his content, it's a lot about that. It's just the Bat Family hanging out, having their adventures or misadventures, depending on who it is. Mostly misadventures. Yeah, first 3 issues already out. So, yeah, that was it. That was my other thing. That's all I got. I'm gonna sit here again and think about Richard
Well,
Schiff.
I had one final thing. There's something we
go
all
for
join
it.
in on. Well, today we got the first trailer for The Matrix Resurrections. Did a piece on, of course, that website I always mention, supercoolnerdship.com. It has been, the last Matrix came out in 2013. Both sequels came out in the year 2013. So
Matrix?
the Matrix, or was it 2003?
It was 2003.
2003.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm old.
2013.
Anyway.
I was like, no, because I was like 10 when that came out.
Regardless of that, both movies came out that year.
Yeah,
And
2003.
the Wachowskis, for a long time, said they were not going to revisit The Matrix. And pretty much things like The Matrix Online, an RPG game online that I tried to get into that royally sucked. Oh, it was bad, but it was canon.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone asking, where's Morpheus? Morpheus died in those games. Yeah, they killed Morpheus.
Tag
in
your
the game.
spoilers. I've only seen one Matrix movie, so...
He's talking about the video game.
No, I know,
Yeah,
but I've
but
only seen
everyone
one.
keeps
This
asking.
was so confusing. I have no idea what's going on.
So, I'm all about a new Matrix movie because Keanu Reeves is great.
Wonderful.
Awesome. I love seeing Carrie Ann Moss. Also a big crush on her. Call me. Anyway, if you saw the end of the last Matrix movie, they took Keanu Reeves' character Neo away, and we didn't see him anymore. Well, it seems logical they plugged him back into the Matrix. So,
Yeah.
once again, a black bald man in shades gives him a choice between 2 pills, and suddenly he can do kung fu. Which, honestly, that does seem like the premise of this show. Once again, he's getting psychoanalyzed as Thomas Anderson, and yeah, he gets reawakened as Neo, and it looks like Trinity is in the movie as well, and she's not aware. I don't know what the premise of the movie is. Lana Wachowski did sign on to do the movie, though. Warner Brothers has been talking about doing this since 2017, and the Wachowskis basically for a long time just saying they're not interested at all in revisiting the Matrix. So I'm not sure what convinced her to come back to do this, but I'm glad a Wachowski is involved.
I mean, several million, a lot of millions of dollars, probably.
Lots of dollar bills.
I'd like to think that maybe she was like,
Yeah.
I gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
It's like if I hear my kids doing something in the other room, and it sounds bad.
Exactly.
I gotta go check on them.
Gotta go check on it.
Or else this could turn out to be bad.
Yeah.
So I'm glad a Wachowski name, and she did help out with some of the writing, producing, and she will be directing. So it's Lana, not Lily.
Yes,
yeah, Lana's
correct.
directing. Lily's not involved in this one, which is sad. I mean, but like I said, at least we got one.
Yeah.
So, whoo, relieved.
What do you think are the odds that the people that take the red pill in real life are going to realize that it's a metaphor for being trans? Do you think they're going to get that this time?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, to be fair, I think they'd mentioned that they didn't intend it that way, but they're not going to harp on anyone that, like...
Yeah, just let that roll.
Yeah, they're like, no, you know what? Let's go with that. I like that better.
If you've taken the red pill, you are wrong.
So, looks good. It will be the last movie released simultaneously on HBO Max and in theaters. This is it. No more after this, which is fine.
Should I go watch the other two before I watch this movie?
The other three. And absolutely. Yes, you should.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I've seen yes, the other three.
Yes, you absolutely should watch the Matrix trilogy.
Okay.
I look, it's a movie that may have had some hits and misses, but overall I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. It revolutionized a style of filmmaking that I think other people have ripped off badly. Mm-hmm. So I want to see the originals go get another shot at it. So,
yeah.
Well, original is one Wachowski.
Yeah.
I can't help but think she was probably like, "Hey, Lily, you want to look at the script? You know, just want to slide this over here
real quick, baby.
Oh, thanks for coming by, checking on me, sis. Yeah,
hey.
good to see you again. Just gonna drop this. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I drop
whoops.
something? Is that the script?
That looks like the script for the Matrix. That's so crazy.
So yeah, will we be at AllCon this year? From a question from the chat.
That's like April, right?
No, it's like in October.
Maybe.
Yes. Well, I know that we probably need to apply for that. But
I would hesitate to say a maybe given the state of the world.
Yeah.
My job has actually already started asking people if they still have remote access. So that's a sign that things are probably going to be changing soon. So...
Uncle Joe put it down today, though. You better get your vaccination. Please get your vaccination, people. Stop taking the course.
Yeah.
Dewormer. Anyway.
Me personally, I don't want to say we're going to be at a con. Unless the con is like 2 weeks from now.
I plan to be at AllCon. I will be, doing COVID measures, and I am vaccinated, so I do want to go. I think I can do it safely. Also, I have my vaccine, so I'm very happy.
Obviously, same.
I do have to be careful though because I have a child that has not been vaccinated. So, so I'll be wearing the mask. But yeah, last weekend in October is when it is. So we need to apply for media for that.
Yes.
And I believe we last year. I donated like the tickets that I had bought to AllCon for the AllCon Relief Fund, considering they got a raw deal.
They really did.
Oh man, that was so bad. But yeah, I know. Well, they're unsure too. Delta is crazy. I know Cole Houston, our good buddy, has invited me to some of the games and everything. So we'll see. We are going to apply, but I would like to be there. We are planning to be at Fan Expo. It'd be kind of one of those. It's going to be touch and go though.
Yeah.
We're gonna look at things. I think Dragon Con was pulled off successfully. They did require masking, and I know a lot more of us nerds are more willing to get vaccinated, but we still have holdouts as well.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be at Fan Expo in some capacity, and I would say a yes for AllCon. Just we need to go ahead and make the application. So we'll see how things are. Maybe the vaccination rates will suddenly go up.
Maybe.
Magically.
I hope. Anyway, we have reached the end of the show, though. You want to take us home there, Cora?
Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. We're going to head out a little bit early. We usually run the show a little bit late, so I think y'all can handle just a little early once.
I can pad a little bit of time. I got some things to say about
I mean,
don't have to. I could
always.
On the other channel.
Okay.
I could always pad it out talking about the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy.
Nope.
Stop yourself. What are we doing Saturday?
This Saturday we are going to be playing D&D. We're going to be continuing our adventures, and we got a lot of info dumped on us last week, and all of us are kind of panicking.
Tune in to watch Octavia have a mental breakdown.
And Brana also had a mental breakdown.
Yeah. It's gonna be rough.
Everyone except Ronnie and Alabroth had a mental
Al
breakdown.
had a freak out about like his battle,
Yeah.
like
He had
real legit battle.
Yeah.
He had a freak out, but he did not walk away with trauma.
We'll be live twitch.tv/SCNS Live.
That is right.
Are we going live at 2 or 3?
I don't know.
Look for an announcement for that.
Yes, and you can look for that announcement on our social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, at SCNS Live, and you can find us also at our fantastic website, supercoolnerdshow.com. That is supercoolnerdshow.com.
And of
I'm
course,
not
check out
spelling it.
some of the other videos on the channel. I will say again, check out that miniature exhibit video.
Mm-hmm.
It is fantastic. We also have a video of the floor and an interview with a local RPG gaming center. That was a really good one. I saw some comments on that one already, like they wish they had something like that in their town. And I'm kind of like, we're kind of blessed to have something like that in Dallas. We should drop by there one time as well.
Oh, absolutely. They want us to, and
we have
want to.
2 more interviews coming to the channel, one with an artist at the show, and, 2 artists at the show, really.
Yep.
My new whiskey book, which was great. So look for those coming to the channel. They will be made live Friday and Saturday. But, yeah, ReaperCon was a good time. Trust me.
It was.
Oh, fans, OnlyFans link? I don't have to do that now, because I want to bet.
Look for our upcoming onlyfans.com/SCNS Live, where we will only post pictures of whiskey bottles without their labels.
Yeah. Yeah, if I lost, I wouldn't have to like post sexy pictures or anything, which would be impossible. But I would have to post something on there.
Absolutely ridiculous. Where can they find you personally?
Yes, you can find us personally at all of our social medias, which we will now go through. You can find me for all things art related and Suikoden related at Korodono Art on Twitter and Instagram, and all things Final Fantasy related at chaotic_noodle on Twitter. Look for the car.
Instagram and Twitter, The Good Cast. It's like the good place, but the good cast.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at JasonTheX, but also, please go follow our sister channel, Alternate Heads. I did the first live stream over there, building that Mandalorian model kit over there.
Hey!
And got quite a few viewers. Thank you for everyone that joined and participated in the Toy Talk. It was a good time. And that kit turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was a model kit.
I
So,
know.
yeah.
Bought it from Target, of all places.
Interesting.
I like that Target is getting into the modeling game. So, yeah,
Just gonna.
it's kind of cool, 1/12 scale. But yeah, please go subscribe, Alternate Heads, youtube.com/Alternate Heads.
But again, thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you on Saturday when we play D&D. And if we don't see you on Saturday, we'll be very sad. But we will see you again next Thursday right here on SCNS Live on YouTube. And, as we always say, keep on nerding.
All right, that is our show. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to check out the live video version of this, you can find it at YouTube and Facebook. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter, all at SCNS Live. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing week.